Hi everybody. So it's day 2 of your photosynthesis and respiration lab. Before we go into that, the first thing you need to know is that your mitosis labs are due today. We talked about this on Monday. So what I'm going to ask is that we can pause the video for a moment while you're getting your labs together. Make sure your name is on the front, it's fully stapled, and then when your name is called, please put it in the appropriate inbox like we typically do whenever assignments are handed in. Now that that is done, we can turn our attention to the experiment. So today is all about data collection and data recording. Yesterday, you should have recorded the initial color and the initial pH of your Elodia. So for the photosynthesis, maybe the initial color was a pale, a pale yellow, right? If we say that was a pale yellow, right, then maybe the initial pH was something like a 5.5, okay? Today, however, maybe you've discovered that it is a light blue, okay? And your pH has increased all the way up to, say, a 7.0. Okay, so you need to get these tables filled in on your lab, okay, both the initial and the final. Again, the initial should have been done yesterday, and then the final is what you're recording today, okay? Once you have all the data recorded, both for photosynthesis and for respiration, then you can go ahead and start looking at what the requirements are for the data analysis. A couple of quick notes though is don't forget to include a figure number and a title. Okay, by now you already have one data table from the pre-lab, so this will probably be figure 2 for photosynthesis and figure 3 for respiration. Okay, titles are pretty straightforward. They should simply be a title of what is represented in the table. Nothing creative is really required there. Once you have gathered all the data for the information about photosynthesis and respiration, you need to think about cleaning up. In order for that to happen, number 1, you need to wear your goggles. Number 2, you will discard the Elodia in the trash and the bromthymol blue solutions down the drain. For periods A and periods B, for periods A and periods D, please do not throw away the controls for your group. That is because period B and period E are also using the same controls. So again, for periods A and D, you will not toss the controls number 3 and 4 or the controls 7 and 8. And that is because periods B and periods E need the controls. At the very end of the day, period E may go ahead and discard any controls that are still present in the room or in the test tube racks. Okay? Test tubes should be rinsed with a dip and dump down the drain. Once they are rinsed, they will be left to dry upside down in the test tube racks. Okay? Now, we get on to data analysis. As you begin the data analysis, question 1 asks you to think about what the procedure was that you conducted during the experiment. In this lab, you are not only going to be writing about the procedure that you did for photosynthesis, but also the procedure that was done for respiration. So you'll need and want to communicate with your group members about what you did and about what they did in the procedure. Okay? In this case, you're going to be doing it in a paragraph form. All right? It's all written in past tense, but no personal pronouns should be included. Okay? Tonight, I'd really like you to start for homework on the analysis questions 1 through 9 that are in your lab. Ideally, you'll have accomplished a couple of them during class, since you're simply looking at the plants, recording and cleaning up. You probably will have about 20 to 25 minutes to be able to write your analysis of these questions. There are 14 analysis questions. Tonight, I'd like you to try to focus on questions 1 through 9 to split up some of the work, knowing that you should probably get at least 3 of the questions done in class. That would leave you with about 6 for homework. Okay? Hopefully I am in the building and I'll be available at the very end of the day, I think, depending on how my meetings go. I'm not certain. But we'll also be working on this in class on Friday again, so you can have time to ask me questions and conference with me then. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.